Hey guys, it's Alice. Welcome to another Freelance Friday video. If you're new here, I am a freelance graphic designer, YouTuber, general creative person, and I am here sharing my tips with you every single Friday. So if you aren't subscribed, please make sure you do, because I upload videos like this every single Friday. And today's video, as you can tell from the title, is how I make money. So I have categorized 4 ways in which I make money. There are obviously so many more, but these are the main 4 to me, and I've kind of gathered them all together. I've also written a blog post, so if you would like to go and check that out, please do. The link is in the description. And if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because it really helps me out, and subscribe like I said, and let's get going. I'm in such a weird mood today, I apologize. So for those of you who don't know, I have been working freelance for around 2 to 3 years now. I officially quit my day job when I went to university, and from then I earned my money solely for working for myself. So since then I've been doing YouTube, and I have also been doing lots of graphic design commissions and client work. So over the past 2.5 years I have picked up quite a few tips. I've actually been freelance altogether since I was 16, so how many years even is that? 7 years. So I don't know, I've picked up quite a few bits, but as always, I will always say I'm not an expert. If you do have anything to add to this conversation, please do add it in the comments. And yeah, I'm just going to share with you what I know. I don't know everything, but this is what I know, and I'd like to think it helps you guys out too. So let's get into the 4 ways that I make money online. So the first one, and the most exciting one to me at least, is client work. So client work involves you working for someone else. So basically someone else hires you to complete their graphic design work. Now this could be an individual or a business. So there are quite a few different types of client work that I do. Originally I got into doing commissions, which was individuals who saw my artwork online and wanted, I don't know, couple portraits of them and their partner, and they'd pay me to draw it in my style. That was kind of how I began doing commissions and client work. And then there's also been individuals wanting logos since finishing uni, and people seeing the logo work that I've been doing, they have now been approaching me to get logos done. So I have individuals who are doing like a startup Instagram business, or just like small little individual businesses wanting a rebrand and wanting a proper logo. I also have a few business clients. So for example, I worked for my university to do some posters. I also, what have I done? My brain has gone dead. And I did like a charity rebrand of their logo. So a charity wanted a new logo, and I rebranded that for them too. So there are quite a few different streams of client work. Some are more business based, and they generally have a bigger budget, because obviously businesses are spending the business's money, whereas individuals are spending their own money. So just bear that in mind when you are pricing things. The only trouble with client work is trying to figure out how much you are worth, and I know I'm so bad at doing this. After researching everything for this video, I've realised I'm severely undercharging, because I don't realise the worth of my work. And when looking at other people who are designing logos in a similar kind of way that I am, they're charging quadruple the amount that I am. So I actually found a tool online which was kind of like the spark in my brain to realise that I was undercharging myself. I'll leave that linked in the blog post, but the tool basically helps you work out what your worth is and what to charge for each project. Obviously it's just a guideline, but it's nice to have a bit of an idea. And one thing I do get asked quite a lot is how to actually get client work. And to be honest, sometimes for me it is quite difficult. I have kind of dry spells when I don't have any client work, and then I have some when I get so many messages, and sometimes it's hard to sift through them for me. Sometimes people will get in touch and expect a super cheap deal, and then they won't reply. So I can think I'm going to get loads of client work, but nothing actually follows through into paying work. So what I'd recommend doing in general to collect clients is to like put yourself out there. So make use of the free online platforms. So I have a design Instagram account. I obviously use my Etsy store. And I promote everything kind of on my Twitter and obviously on my YouTube channel. So if you don't have a online presence showcasing the work that you can do, that's the first thing you need to do, because if someone sees your work and thinks, I would really love something like that, the likelihood is that they will contact you. So make sure you've got an email on there set up so people can get in touch, and just let people know that you are open to some work. Even your Facebook friends, maybe someone who knows someone needs a poster designing and you can do that for them, even if it's for a low fee, or even if for the first few jobs you do them for free, that's absolutely fine. It's adding more work to your portfolio, and you're also getting your name out there, spreading the word. And if that person whose poster you've made really likes it, they will tell their friends about it. And word of mouth usually works the best way, I've found, in business terms, because people trust other people's opinions. So if you are going to get a recommendation, and if it is going to be worth it, definitely consider a few like non-paid for design works to begin with, because you are just practicing. But obviously don't take too many, because you are worth it. You do need to get paid work too. I feel like I'm babbling all this out in a big blob of nothingness, so if nothing I'm saying is making any sense, like I said at the beginning, I've written all this in a blog post, so I'll leave the link in the description and you can read it all, and hopefully it makes more sense over there. So the next form of income that I receive is passive income. Now, I have received passive income since the age of 16, and I didn't actually really know the official term for it until I was researching for this video. So passive income is something that you kind of receive continually, even as you're sleeping. So I effectively make money as I am sleeping. Not a lot of money, I'll give you that, but I'm making money. So basically sites like Redbubble is one that I use quite a lot, and what I do is upload my design work to there, and then I get a small commission for every sale that is sold that holds my artwork. And it's not much, but I mean, this month I got around £50 from Redbubble, and I haven't really spent too much time on that. Some of those designs I designed back when I was like 16, and they're still making me a little bit of money. And passive income is something that you can kind of invest your time into once, and it can keep paying out. So for example, if I were to start doing online courses, I can spend 12, 24, 48 hours designing a really intense online course on how to use Photoshop, for example. So then I'll upload that course onto my website, and for a fee of, for example, £10, you can download it. And because that source is ready and waiting on my website, I don't have to edit that again. I don't have to control it. Whoever wants to buy it can go onto my website and download it, and I'm just going to keep getting those £10 in. Obviously, the website will take a cut. That's just how it works. Like I said, you're investing it into like a long-term income stream, and you can be earning money as you sleep effectively. So that's definitely something that Redbubble does. I haven't used mine as much as I probably could, but definitely check that out. The link is in the blog post. My YouTube channel is also another source of passive income. So when I upload a video, because I am eligible for monetization, I'll get a small fee from Google for their advert revenue. I'll admit it's not much, but I mean, every little bit adds up, you know, it's a nice bit of pocket money. And also my Etsy account, you can also do digital downloads on Etsy, which is something I'm definitely going to look into in the future, because I do think it's important not to have just one source of income. This is something I probably should have said at the beginning of the video, but as a freelancer, it's kind of daunting to rely on just one thing to provide you your income. So what I like to do is have my fingers in loads of pies, and I have quite a few different projects that are all streaming money towards me as and when. So if one of those projects isn't going quite well one month, it doesn't matter too much because I've got the other ones to back me up. So try and spread out what you do and just work out different ways that you can earn money so you're not solely relying on one thing. The third thing that I make money from is selling products. Now, this is something that kind of came about because of my YouTube channel, but now I've switched it into more of a business model kind of thing. So I originally started selling merchandise in connection with my YouTube channel, and this was after quite a few people asked me whether I could make some. So obviously that's not the situation that everyone has. Not everyone has an audience that are demanding or wanting a certain thing from you. So in that case, I had a big cartel website, again, links in the blog post, and I sold over 300 products through that website. I had hoodies, I had notebooks, I had postcards, and all those went out via the Big Cartel website. Obviously Big Cartel take a cut, and that's kind of how I first started selling products. Now, selling products is a little bit more daunting, I'd say, because you do have to invest a bit more time into it. You do have to do your research. You need to know how much the product you want to sell is going to cost you, how much it's going to cost to ship and package, and then also how much you're going to get back from the customer. So there's a lot of numbers to figure out. It gets quite intense, but if you are up for the challenge, it's definitely worth it. So for example, for my notebooks, I think I bought in like 200 notebooks, and that was a huge outgoing. That was like over £1,000 worth of money going straight out of my own bank account, and it was super, super scary, and it was something crazy, and it was a big commitment, but luckily for me, because I did the research, it did pay off. I earned my money back and some, and it worked out in the end. So I'm not trying to put you off. Just bear in mind that if you are going to do something which is kind of like opening a store, that you're going to have some funds behind you to kind of get in your stock, and you need to make sure the numbers work out enough that you can make that money back. And if you are going to do that, make sure you start off small just to kind of test the waters. Maybe you could make like a Christmas card that you sell in a pack of 5, and those are things that have got like smaller costs, so the outgoing to you isn't as expensive and you can make a bigger profit on it. Again, I think I'm confusing my words, so if you are completely confused, head over to the blog post. Okay, and number 4 is teaching. So teaching is something new to me. Teaching is kind of what I'm doing right now, and I, through my research once again, have found that teaching is actually a really good source of income to do as a freelancer. So if you have a skill that you believe other people are willing to pay to learn, then use it. I definitely didn't think I was qualified enough to share what I know, and I still don't to a certain extent. I think a lot of the things that I do are kind of second nature, and it's something that people are willing to know about. So definitely something I'm looking into in the future is doing like online courses via PDFs, even webinars, this kind of stuff. Making videos like this is obviously earning me a little bit of AdSense. Just teaching in general is a new kind of pie I'm dipping my finger in, that I'm learning a bit about, but it's something that I've heard from a lot of other designers and a lot of other freelancers that is really, really worthwhile if you put some time and effort into it, as everything else is. So I will get back to you how the teaching thing goes in the near future, but yeah, that is number 4. So overall, the kind of arching theme of this is to not put all your eggs into one basket. Don't just do one thing and expect for it to pay out and you be good and dandy and fine to go, because if that one thing kind of isn't going so well, then what you're going to do for money. I definitely recommend going and looking at different ventures and making sure you've got more than one stream of income. So if one is to go down not very well 1 month, the other one can pick you back up and you've got something to fall back on. Again, like I've said many times in this video, the information I've said will be in the blog post. It'll probably make a lot more sense over there. There are a bunch of different websites that I have linked within the blog post that are relevant to what I've said, so definitely check those out. And yeah, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, because you know it really helps me out. Subscribe if you aren't already, because there will be another Freelance Friday video next Friday. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye!